if you just function for yourself, then really there isn't anything to motivate you in any positive direction beyond just like what you want in the moment.
God, maybe that's what I gotta do with Denny's.
Sullivan Show. I'll have a minute to have a Dylan Sullivan Show.
Most grape juice is actually apples, or most apples are actually grape juice.
Huh.
Like the ingredients on the list, it's a lot more of apples or grapes than you'd expect.
Okay, let's look at our ingredients. Oh, easy. So the ingredient number 1 in your apple juice?
Yeah.
Apple juice from concentrate.
That's suspicious.
Which is made from filtered water and apple juice concentrate.
Apple juice.
So what's an apple juice concentrate?
Is that your phone, by the way?
No.
That's probably my phone.
So what's in apple juice concentrate? It doesn't say.
Concentrated apples, right?
Wouldn't
it just be apples?
One would think.
I wonder if it's one of those things where they can get away with putting, like, a bunch of salt in it if they have the word concentrate.
Yeah, this is... Okay, contains juices from Brazil, Chile, China, Hungary, Italy, Poland, Turkey, Ukraine, and U.S.
That just feels like it'd
That's
be
a lot of
inefficient.
locations for the... Yeah, that's a lot of juice locations.
Yeah. We need an ounce of juice from Ukraine, an ounce of juice from China, an ounce of juice from Brazil. Every Tropicana is consisted of 8 different juices from 8 different countries.
This is from 4 continents.
That's crazy.
That's 4 continents of juice.
Do you think, like, they have Brazil days and China days?
I don't even understand what that means. That the juice is from those places.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is it the juices from those places or the juice concentrate is from those places? Because that's a big question.
Contains juices from... Also, yeah, the vagueness of juices. This really makes me... What is juice?
Yeah.
Because it also, on the top, says 100% juice.
That is a good question.
And now I'm like, what is juice?
Yeah.
I thought it was just when you take the fruit and you, like...
Juice is defined as... Yeah. Juice is defined as a series of ingredients in liquefied form.
From concentrate.
From concentrate. Don't be wary. Concentrate.
What is juice?
Juice! That's juice concentrate.
Oh. Like you're
Juice.
concentrating? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you stare at an apple really hard?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how they make apple. That's how they make apple juice concentrate.
Mm.
It's a guy who looks at apple juice and goes,
Yeah, but he's only got like 100 juices in him, and then he throws up, and they're like, this one's wasted, and they gotta
replace him.
Yeah, we really waste our telepaths on our juice.
And Tropicana.
Yeah, we could really put them to better use, probably.
Yeah, at that point, just get a juice mill.
Or telepath is the talking one. Telekinetics
Is when you can move.
Sorry for getting caught up. Yeah.
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 It's true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, the pen is mightier than the sword, so the telepath has the ultimate advantage.
Ah.
Yeah.
Was Professor X a telepath or a telekinetic?
I think both.
Yeah, he's just mind stuff.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. That's probably why he went bald.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much power from the head.
Too much on the mind.
Yeah, he went like this, and then his hair all shot out.
You're kind of bald, short-haired.
Do you think I'm a telepath, telekinetic?
I'm saying it's more probable. Jeffrey.
Okay.
See, that makes me feel like that was an odd coincidence. You did a choking thing, and then I actually felt like choke.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
It's not at all.
You're right, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Professor X and people like him are really cool.
Jews.
Yeah. I think he is Jewish. No, Magneto was Jewish.
That's right. Yeah,
You remember
Magneto's
that
Jewish. Yeah, yeah.
But I could see,
Yeah, Professor X seems a little, yeah. Yeah, X is short for Eckstein.
X Goldbernstein. Professor X Goldbernstein.
I was thinking it'd be funny if there were like, God, it's funnier if it's gay. like Professor X, if he like telekinesis fucks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
Puts the helmet on.
Or even if he just uses it to piss. He is in a wheelchair, actually. The telekinesis probably really helps him piss in the wheelchair.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
actually, that can be a problem otherwise. But he probably like lifts his body up with his mind and unzips his pants. And
Or he just goes up to random strangers in the bedroom like, you want to hold my penis so I can pee.
yeah. You want to wipe my ass.
Yeah, dude. He's all about brain stuff, man.
Yeah, and he's in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multi-talented guy.
Yeah.
To be a mutant and a navigator of space.
Yeah. Is that the Professor X you imagine? Is that guy whose name I don't remember?
Mm-hmm. Patrick Stewart.
Patrick, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Man.
Patrick Stewart is very talented.
Yeah, he seems more like... Yeah, I definitely think of him as his characters more than... I don't know who the fuck that... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way about him and Gandalf.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's Magneto.
Gandalf's Magneto?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's evil Gandalf? Do you remember the evil Gandalf in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, he's
the bad
neither of
Gandalf?
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That's a different guy completely.
Because the thing is, sometimes when I'm picturing Gandalf, I think I might be picturing Dumbledore.
No, completely different guy.
But I think I sometimes am picturing Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about completely different.
It basically boils down to wise, old good wise and old bad wise.
Bad wise?
Yeah. Like that guy, the bad
Dumbledore?
Gandalf.
Yeah,
You know, like I'm saying those tropes are...
Oh.
There's the good...
You're saying Gandalf and bad Gandalf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's the older character is either good and wise or evil and wise.
Right.
It's not like you don't see many dumb old characters.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be very funny if you had like a dumb...
I don't know, Harry. What should you do?
I was picturing like the "You Shall Not Pass," but he just gets knocked out of the way and he passes.
Yeah. Everything he says is super convoluted. You don't get to come past where we're standing right now, right?
I think the ring's bad.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad ring.
Yeah, but he's still like in the robes and the staff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about this ring, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, if I can interject.
Hey, if I can, it gives me a bad feeling. Like a real bad feeling.
The scary guys keep showing up when the ring's put on.
What do you think that means?
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably fine.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know. I just get scared.
Gandalf, where do we need to go? Gee. Well, if I was a ring that wanted to be destroyed, how would I do that?
I like the idea also if he's kind of a coward.
Yeah. Ooh, no.
That's a lot of swords.
Yeah. I don't like that magic.
Gandalf, you're the most powerful one here. Not even I have a stick.
Man.
That's a sword.
You guys are going to be way more powerful than me eventually.
Oh.
Gandalf, we need your wisdom to get to the mountains of Eldor. Yeah. A lot of people know about that.
They're mountains. How you miss them?
Yeah. Look for the tall rocks.
I'm curious if you have the same mental block. I don't know what you'd call this stupid brain thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me to picture Peter Jackson, I just picture Gandalf directing a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, that guy's probably the director.
He probably made this thing.
I think he made this.
He's the oldest and wisest.
He seems like he's got a hat.
Yeah.
Directors wear hats.
Yeah, and the robe would make sense for a director. Wait, okay. All right, hold on. He gets back on the set. And action.
Action. It's a staff.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. How cool would that be? To be in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I didn't really like it as a kid, to be honest.
No, wasn't fascinated. No, wasn't really fascinated by it either. I think when I was older, I was more of a Harry Potter kid. I loved Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter was cool. My mom read the books to us, and yeah, I tried reading Lord of the Rings as a kid, and I was like, this is slow and bad.
Yeah, slow and bad film.
Yeah, that's how I remember it. Maybe now if I watch it, I'd appreciate it
No,
more.
it is better now.
Yeah, I believe that. He builds a world.
Yeah. Impressive.
Ooh, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Good job, Pete.
Hey, Pete. It's Peter Jackson's bully from high school. Hey, Peter. Good job on making that world or whatever. Isn't that based on a book? So what did you really do?
Well, you just kind of found some nice hills in New Zealand, didn't you?
Yeah, and then you just kind of copy-pasted the book onto a screen? Is that what you did?
That is actually, well, to be fair, that is what he did.
Yeah. No, but good job, though. Everyone back home thinks you're dope.
Yeah. So how was your day?
My day was good. I stayed up way too late again. And then I was going to see 2001 Space Odyssey.
I was going to ask about that, yeah.
I didn't end up making it to the movie. I thought it was at 2:45. It was at 2:25.
Oh, well, you just missed the monkey part.
Yeah, well, I didn't end up going because I was like, oh, I'm late.
Just didn't feel it?
Yeah. I was like...
Space Odyssey is a commitment.
Yeah, I wasn't in the mental space to deal with, like, that sort of... those mental questions. Where it's like, oh, so now I have to, like, compare and contrast ideals. It's like I just woke up.
I've only seen it in full once, to be honest. This is similar to Lord of the Rings, where maybe I need to give it a fair chance. It didn't feel that smart to me.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
It felt like he did a really good job building the world once again and like making it look like space when this was before we'd even like really been to the moon.
Nope. Nope.
But yeah, it just starts off. It's monkeys.
No,
And
you know it's smart because the first shot is the last shot. That's how you know it's a smart movie.
Right, yeah.
Oh, the shapes match up. This is smart.
We saw this before. That's
Yeah.
why we saw this before.
Call back.
Because this is the part now.
Cool back. Oh, wow. How did he do that? How did he match that shape to that shape?
That's funny. What do you think the dumbest movie that starts?
Did you notice that the monkeys and the robots are pretty much the same if you look at the shape? Like if there was a monkey-shaped robot and a monkey-shaped monkey, and you put them on opposite sides of the film, I'd see a connection. You know? Real smart stuff.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty smart in space.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't get much smarter than space.
I want to get a projector. My dream house is a home theater with a huge projector and one single chair in front of it for me. and my servant brings in pints of milk. And I just watch planes all day.
The movie planes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, this sounds a lot like that one movie. Would you piss in the bottles by any chance?
Yeah, I
Okay.
wouldn't want to have to go all the way to the bathroom. If I got a home theater, it's probably a hop and a step to the bathroom.
You ever see The Aviator?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know shit about Howard Hughes.
About who?
About tits and boobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
Tits and boobs.
Yeah. Both.
Mm.
How was your day, Jeffrey?
My day was cool. Worked out.
Sorry, does anyone ever tell you that you have dinosaur-like features?
No, I think I've said that to you before, oddly enough.
I don't have dinosaur-like features. That's my favorite. Sometimes I like to pretend like I'm a dinosaur. One of my friends are around, I'll go by a tree, and they'll all be distracted, and then I'll go, and then I'll tear off a branch.
That's a pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I didn't get it right, but
Oh yeah, I know what you're. Yeah,
like a scene in Jurassic Park
right.
with the long neck ones.
Yeah. What?
Tear off a branch and start chewing it. God, it's a good gag.
That is very funny.
Yeah.
I was just picturing in Space Odyssey if that was made back before we were if we'd been wrong about evolution or something, and we made Space Odyssey not knowing that, and then we thought humans came from dinosaurs or something.
Yo, I mean, we might as well have.
Could have.
We were like fish for a while.
Yeah, we were like fish, then we were like an amphibian rat thing.
Yeah.
And then I think we went through like a punk phase.
Yeah, we had a deer phase.
Yeah, we were deer, and we were like monkey people.
Monkey people was one of the last ones.
Yeah, monkey people was pretty recent.
Yeah.
Comparatively speaking, relatively speaking.
But it's crazy. We were so many different sorts of fish. We were sharks, kind of like shark-like things.
Right.
It's crazy to think that your grandfather was a shark.
Right. And then that's somewhere within you, kind of originally.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
then when you do shark stuff, you're like, where's this come from?
And all
Why
those
am I-
people had to fuck to make us.
Yeah. A lot.
Those shark fish.
Mm-hmm.
If your shark fish family member didn't fuck the other sharkfish family member, you'd be a completely different person.
Yeah. Yeah, it is funny to think about. If you kept going back to your ancestors, eventually one of them's like a lizard.
Yes. Hello.
Grandpa!
I'm your great grandfather.
He just licks his eye.
Yeah. That's why we do that.
Wow.
And I wonder if our kids will be like,
Look at us like some weird primitive species.
yeah.
Maybe.
And they're shark humans.
But that's the thing, yeah, the shark's still going to be in them.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick's a genius. What's your favorite Kubrick film? You film. Not movie, film. Jeffrey.
At this point, probably Full Metal Jacket. I used to say The Shining, but as I grow more sensitive with age,
You have gotten mad sensitive.
yeah, I've become more and more of a pussy. Yeah.
Why is that? Why are you such a pussy?
I think I was always a pussy, but like I hadn't really made peace with it. You know what I mean?
You were trying to hide that you were a pussy?
Exactly, which is the pussy thing to do about being a pussy.
Yeah. Pussy squared.
So I decided to do the strong thing and be a pussy.
I don't know.
No. Is it? Am I a bigger pussy if I'm a pussy about being a pussy? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know which one makes you more of a pussy, but all I know is you're more of a pussy than I remember you.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about your, like, oh, how brave of you to be a pussy.
It takes strength to be a pussy.
It really does.
If you're a pussy.
Yeah. Which, you know.
Oh, I'm a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, no, I am too. I'm such a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, that would make me a pussy if I denied it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do crazier stuff when I was younger. I've mellowed out quite a bit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've chilled.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes I miss that. Sometimes I miss just like breaking things and
yeah.
getting into trouble.
Taking your dick out on stage.
Yeah. You did that once. Did
Twice.
they tell you? Yeah. When did they tell you to stop doing that?
The Comedy Store never did.
Really?
No, I just didn't do that bit again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Well, the bit was the male stripper.
The lazy stripper, yeah.
Yeah.
So, music plays. I listen to it. I don't really feel like dancing. And I just say, fuck it. And then I just whip my dick out. It's not even hard.
What was it?
That's the reason I think it's inoffensive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard. In fact, it was quite small at the time.
It is way less threatening
Yeah.
when you have a flaccid penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a dick without intentions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more scientific.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know if I can think of a better analogy than soft dick itself when I really think about it. But, it's like a British cop.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We know he could probably do something, but he doesn't have a gun. He's just
Yeah.
kind of got a funny hat, and he's standing there in case you need him.
Yeah.
He could do something.
You mean like the Parliament guys with the big fuzz hats?
Oh, no, they have guns.
Yeah, and they are.
I mean, British
Pretty
like,
hard dick.
police in England, they're
Yeah.
like, they don't have guns. They just have like a kind of a funny
Notepads.
rounded hat that kind of looks like a dickhead, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have notepads, and I think they have a billy club. But like, yeah, they're not looking for anyone or any trouble. I don't think. I think
No.
if something comes up, they're there. Yeah.
Yeah. Trouble. So why'd you stop doing the bit?
Fear. And also, yeah, it's like if I take my dick out and people don't like the bit.
Do you
Can you
remember?
imagine
Yeah.
having your dick out on stage?
Yeah. Talk about a true bomb.
Yeah, yeah.
True humiliation.
Which I guess.
What
is
were
part of
the reactions
bravery.
both times you did it? Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
What was the first reaction?
The first reaction was laughter, and people like the bit, and then so I take my dick out and I just like money.
Yeah.
Hey, and then people like threw me money.
Yeah.
And like, so then I took some and I like tucked it into like my, I think I was wearing sweatpants or something. So I tucked it into my waistband, and then I'm like, thank you. And then after that, This is my favorite detail. I kind of start to like the music a little bit. Start to dance a little. Yeah.
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 And then what was the second time that you pulled your dick out on stage? What was that like?
I've never talked about this on podcast. It's kind of a crazy story. And I'm not sure even where I start it.
Start from the end. And then work to the beginning. And if it's the same image, then it's a good story. He talked about a penis in the beginning, too.
So
Yeah.
the second time I was manic. I was also manic the first time. I'd started smoking weed again. You know, I was some months into that. And I don't know. I listened back to the recording, but maybe it's been long enough I should listen back again. But I remember things I was saying were funny, but it was just a bad mic crowd. This was at the Madhouse Comedy Club.
Oh, you did it at Madhouse. You took it outside of the Comedy Store.
Yes.
Wow.
And it was like a bad crowd, and I remember I was being funny. And I remember listening to the recording afterwards because I wanted to really be confident I was being funny. But maybe it's been long enough now I should listen again. And then I said, at the end of it, I said, you know, last night or whatever it was, I took my dick out on stage and it went a lot better than this.
What went bad about it?
What? Well, I hadn't taken my dick out yet.
Oh, okay. This is what you said before.
Yeah. I was doing a bit the whole time. See, this, I still think this is funny. So I was wearing I was wearing a lot of sweatpants at this point,
Yeah.
and it was cold at the time, so I was actually wearing shorts under my sweatpants.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of my set with the sweatpants down, like at my ankles, but still my shorts were on,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty funny.
That's fun.
But anyway, so I said that. I said it went a lot better than this. And then people yell at, do it. I get a lot of do it's.
Sure.
And I'm like, okay. And then I did it.
And then what happened?
People reacted in different ways. Which it is interesting how a dick can do that.
Yeah, especially a flaccid one.
Well, I will say I was flaccid, but it wasn't as small as when I pulled it out at the store.
Yeah, well, you had the heat of 2 layers.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyway, one newer comic came up to the stage and started taking pictures or filming or something,
Oh, shit.
and I kicked his phone out of his hand.
Wow. Naturally.
Yeah. And then I felt, well, now it's already gone this far. I don't remember if I literally challenged him to fight, but it was clear that it was now at this point. Dick's still out, by the way. And by the way, I was aware of the humor of having my dick out this whole time.
Sure,
Because
you're
there
right.
were a lot of moments and emotional points it went to.
Yeah.
I do remember at one point being like, I'm right and you guys are wrong because this is a comedy club.
Yes.
And you guys have been bad this whole time, and also you told me to do this. I got Oh, I remember at one point I thought it would be funny if I almost got to the point of tears, which I failed to do, but I thought, I don't remember the details. I gotta listen to this recording. And probably never release it, but maybe. Anyway, so then I get played off after a pretty good amount of time. I leave the stage, Dick's still out. I meet the guy whose phone I kicked out of his hand. He apologizes to me. He's like says very complimentary things. And then
Is your penis still out?
yeah. And then I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." And like I felt bad about his phone cuz it had broken, so I like gave him like all the money I had in my wallet as a way to be like sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we hugged and we were cool.
Penis still out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then like some people were coming up and being like, "Hey, that was really good, man. I really like I was getting compliments and stuff."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get any not compliments?
I got banned for 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Who pulled you aside?
No one. I found out via Facebook Messenger like months
From the
like
club?
later. Yeah. No, I had to ask. I was like, "Am I banned?" Because like somebody told me I was banned. Nobody told me. Like another comic told me, and so I had to message and like ask.
And then they were like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you put up a fight or were you just like, okay?
I don't remember. If I put one up, it wasn't much of one because I eventually was like, "All right, yeah, you're closer. You know, you're more of a restaurant than the Comedy Store."
Yeah, Comedy Store is more comedy.
Yeah. And yeah, my dick went back in on its own when it was no longer funny.
Okay. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And that's the story of you.
That's only part of it, but yeah.
It's only part of it. What else?
So before I went on stage, I was like backstage, and I'd like just been passed at the store. I was in a pretty good place. I was in a very happy place. I don't know if I was in a good place. I was in a very thrilled place.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did my first dab. And then the subject, it just kind of came up naturally about, I think I've talked to you about this, how my oldest brother's ashes, how like the area where we spread them, like got like cleared for like forest fire prevention. And like when we went to like find the spot, we like couldn't find the marker or anything anywhere for where we'd spread the ashes. And like I'd never like cried about it, and I'd just done my first dab, and I guess it like
Unlocked it.
exactly, and I like burst into tears horribly. And then Brandon Potter, who was hosting the mic, came backstage or into the alley or whatever it was, and he's like, "Hey," and he's, I have to do the impression.
Yeah.
Hey, the comic on stage just got the light, so you have 2 minutes. Like very sassy. Like, bawling, like covered in tears and snot.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up, bud.
And then I went on stage and had an insane set. Prior to the dick being out, it was an insane set.
Was it funny?
I think so.
Yeah.
The parts I remember, yes.
God, I know it's not always healthy, but I love those insane sets. I've had a couple of them, and they're pretty like, gee, I don't know about this, but wow, they were fun.
Yeah. But I haven't had a manic episode since.
Yeah,
So that's good.
that is good.
Yeah.
Can I tell you my story about me being? I've told you this story, but one of my
Yeah, we both had
nights.
some, yeah. Yeah.
one of my nights was at the Hollywood Improv, and it was in the main room, so I was excited to be doing that. And Zach Silverman and I, Zach Stein and I, two different Jewish people named Zach. So Zach and I did a bunch of mushrooms and made a charcuterie board, and
Fun. Very fun.
and then went to the Hollywood Improv to do the spot. And everyone's bombing. God, that Michael, I forget his last name right now, but he was hosting. Everyone was eating shit, and I was just high on mushrooms. I was like kind of at the peak of it, and I just looked at the room and I was like, I know exactly what this room needs. I know exactly what this needs. So I went up and I was like, fuck all of you. Fuck every single one of you. Supreme. And then I said expletives.
Racist expletives?
No, homophobic expletives.
Oh, okay.
I would say it's just more of a hassle to edit it out of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't. Okay.
yeah, I don't know I'm gay. But yeah, so it was one of the, I was like, this is what you want. You want me to come up here and be fat and do my little fatty McDoo-doo dance at the end of the night because you guys are all stupid as fuck. Because you guys don't know what comedy is, because you're all influencers trying to make it in Los Angeles because you suck at life. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about you or your taste or your sensibilities. I hate all of you. I hope you die in car crashes tonight. You suck so hard. Your taste is awful, and none of this matters, so fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck. And it was like, it was starting to, I was like, yeah, you'd love me if I did my fucking fat jokes, wouldn't you fucking losers? And then I did my fat jokes and it got huge laughs. And I was like, yeah, that's what the fuck I mean. You goddamn stupid pieces of shit. I've never felt so enlightened, but simultaneously so angry. Right. It was like, it wasn't legitimate anger. It was like, this is so stupid that any of us care about this.
Right.
That I'm going to stand here and be judged by you. You suck.
Right.
You suck. I suck, but you also suck.
Right.
So who do you think you are?
Right.
And so I just went on making fun of it. And they loved it. I listened back to that track to be like, oh, that was like genuine laughter. Because one of those where it started off really rocky.
Yeah.
And it was like a teapot of like steam building, and then pew, 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 and then that got like this chain reaction of these pockets bursting because the tension was so thick in the room because everyone else was going up there and doing their routine and sticking to the script. I was like, I hate all of you. Yeah. I hate how dare you judge me, you fucking losers, you LA garbage pieces of trash. I don't care if there's a fucking talent manager here. Suck my dick. LA garbage. You love it when I'm fat and gay because you're retarded. And I just went off, and it was one of the best sets I've ever had, and I was so high. And then, I'll talk. It's like Donnell Rawlings came up after me, and he was like, "Y'all was just laughing at him for being fat and gay. Y'all suck at you, faggot ass." He can say it because he's black. Sure. And yeah, so it was so funny. But then I remember I was like, it doesn't matter. It's Donnell being Donnell. But the funny thing is, I remember the way that the part of my brain that was like, oh, this is so fucking awesome, is Donna Rawlings had this like really hot chick, this like Asian lady in like a skimpy outfit, just gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And she was going around to everyone saying, "No phones, guys. No phones, everybody. Table to table." And I just started bursting out laughing. Because in my head, it was like, no one's gonna leak
Right.
your
Right.
set.
Right.
This is all a coordinated effort to look cool.
Right.
So I was just dying in the back because I was like, yo, that's so fucking funny. I just talked about how this shit is so fake.
Right.
And so, like, you know, and then to go around and be like, make no one
No
tape,
phones, yeah.
no press. I had the best night ever. I felt like,
I remember you after this. You were glowing.
yeah, it was so awesome. Because it was exactly what I said, and exactly what he boiled me down to was what I had told them. And he only heard the fat and gay part, apparently.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is like cosmically makes me feel so good.
Right.
Because, you know, these guys, it's like, you know, if you can boil someone and be, oh, he's only funny because he's fat and gay. And I was like, no, all of you are dumb because you think that that's the reason why I'm funny. And then to and then to go up and say that, clearly not having listened, and then to see the theatrics.
Right, to literally give an example of everything you just talked about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was amazing night. I felt so good. I didn't care that he was shitting on me because I was like, dude, I saw it.
Right.
I was myself. These were my genuine thoughts. And that was one of my favorite nights of comedy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it was very insane.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you've got I think the mushrooms probably helped with the objective view of it also.
Yeah.
Had you not been on mushrooms, you might have just been down about the fact that he shit on you.
Dude, maybe I'll play some of the audio.
Pretty money ass. Fuck you. I hate all of you. I hate you fucking suckers. Look at it. Look at it going. While the rich hide in their hills, we stick to the valleys. In dark rooms, listening to folk joke. What a weary world we find ourselves in. Look at you looking. Stupid ass. I hate you guys. You do my fucking fat jokes. Do my fat jokes in at night. You'd laugh. You would. You laugh at my Amy Schumer jokes. I'm a fool. A dumb fool. I know I'm getting too fat because waitresses keep on giving me sides of ranch I don't ask for. This is a bagel, you bitch. Fucking hate you guys. There's so much. Who cares? You know, who gives a fuck? LA. Garbage. Poor shit.
Yeah.
Wild nights, and they're just so you can clearly feel that they're like they may not be in that moment perfect, but there's just certain nights where I've looked back at stand up and I was like, oh, this is one of those moments. This is one of those moments where I feel authentic and genuine, and it doesn't matter who likes me or doesn't like me because it's all a facade. Most of it is a facade,
Right.
you know.
What
not
are you
not
really
the
trying
not
to
the
get
comedy,
from it?
not the actual
Right,
comedy.
but the stuff around it, like
the everything else wrapped around the image, you know,
the idea of what you can get out of it.
exactly
Yeah.
like go around the audience and tell people not to use their phone it's like
Right.
all that stuff was bullshit, and all that mattered was being authentic, genuine, and having fun.
Right. Yeah. Damn. I don't know how much we can talk shit about Donnell Rawlings on the podcast.
I'll do
he's,
it.
He's
I
a
don't
regular
care.
listener.
Yeah. He's one of our 100 listeners. I don't give a shit.
But it is. I don't know. Do you ever feel like? I feel like because it sounds like he didn't really listen to your set.
No. He only heard what he wanted to hear.
I feel like you can be having an amazing set. I don't know. I feel like this has happened to me a lot of times where I've had like good sets.
Yeah.
Where the host didn't really pay attention.
Right.
And because I don't do something in the normal rhythm of stand-up,
Yes.
they're just listening to the crowd and they're
We
like,
experienced that in
"This is-
Chicago."
Yeah, this isn't the rhythm of a crowd reacting I'm used to hearing. This must have gone badly. Time to separate myself from
Right.
them.
One of the
Time
things
to-
that makes me the most frustrated is when people don't understand what you're doing, and that's what happened when we went to Chicago at a certain show. You were being funny and building something, and they didn't see that it wasn't the traditional, set up punch. It is, but in a Jeffrey way.
It's just a different rhythm.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't build the same.
Yeah, but and then for them to look at the superiority and to light you early, and like, no, you just weren't listening.
Right.
You weren't paying attention,
Right.
and that's what like, because it wasn't when Donnell got off stage, we passed each other and he was kind of like, yeah, which I
Yeah.
thought was so fucking hilarious because I was high on mushroom. I was like, oh, that's what you would do.
Right.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was those moments is like you can tell when a host doesn't listen. It's like you don't understand what just happened in this room, especially when it comes with a place of like judgment. Like maybe their fear of like, oh, that derailed the show. It's like, no, you derailed the show more by making
reacting to it. Yeah.
Oh, what a weirdo. Right, everybody?
Right.
No, they were having fun.
Yeah.
Until you were a fucking loser about it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I miss doing those weird bits on Potluck. I haven't done a bit of that nature in years now.
Yeah. I used to do weird shit all the time.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah. Emeralds.
Yeah. The Mountain King.
Yeah. That wasn't your only weird one.
No, I had Emily the content creator. I had characters.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of weird shit. And that's what I got to do. Start doing that.
Yeah, I did think that I would suddenly go back to doing stuff like that when Mothership opened, and it hasn't really happened. And I think maybe it's just that I don't have that kind of idea as much lately, where I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I did this insane thing?
I think that's what we need to go back to. I've been thinking, or at least
I think it's more
the idea of experimenting.
Well, I think it's more just about the sense of fun.
Yes,
is what's important, because that's what was
can
in
you,
those bits.
Can you explain the potluck set you did right when you got passed? Because this
one's
story
appropriate.
involves both of us.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'd like you to tell it. And to set the stage, this is the set you do before you get passed at the comedy store.
I got passed right after this set.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
It's like one of the dumbest things I've ever done.
And it's so funny because one of the biggest deals in most of comedy was to get passed at the comedy store.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So for that big of a thing to be followed by something so dumb was
right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So set the mood.
So I had this idea of it was Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton, except instead of being about a dead son. It's about dinosaurs and how sad I am that they're gone and I'll never see them again. It was in memory of dinosaurs and that they should rest in peace. And Avery, I believe, was on piano. Is that right? It was Avery or Kaylee. I think it was Avery.
Was it Avery?
I think so. I asked him if he could play just like the piano part for Tears in Heaven. And I was practicing that before the doors opened. And it's weird because I had this idea in the back of my head, but I was like, it's crazy that I was already doing something so stupid that I wouldn't throw this in there. But I swear to you, I was thinking the exact same thing. Because Danny, the sound guy, main room sound guy, was like in the back of the room. I was like, Danny, what do you think of this? He's like, I think it's good, but I think what would really make it great is if you go, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a dinosaur. And then Dylan walks out and starts singing with you. And I swear I'd kind of been thinking that already.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Dylan's a little dinosaur.
Yeah, dude.
And then that's what we did. And I said, ladies and gentlemen,
We
a
hid-
dinosaur.
I hid behind-
You hid behind the curtain.
There's a curtain. Okay,
Yeah.
so the stage
Yeah.
has a small entrance to the bar to walk through.
Yeah.
That's where I hid in the original room behind the curtain in that little space.
Yeah. And then you came out singing Dinosaurs in Heaven. Would you know my name?
And the thing is, I
Huge
really,
pop.
yeah.
You got a good pop.
Yeah.
Like, you were like a dinosaur.
Yeah. And I really didn't know that song very well. I can just remember frantically playing it on YouTube and then you singing it.
And then like a week later, I got passed.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, none of them say anything directly to me, but were like, that fucking guy got passed.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was very stupid. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that stuff. I do miss doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to do this bit where I would talk about I was pretending I was like a teenage girl who accidentally killed her friend at the lake. So instead of doing the right thing and calling the police, she freaks out and like chops the body up and buries it. But I all wrapped it back to going to Trader Joe's.
I remember that, yeah.
Trader Joe's, like their orange chicken. It's like the most basic white chick
Right.
doing the most extreme
Yeah.
thing.
This incredible darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started and ended with Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Genius.
Oh my god. How did he say one thing at the beginning that he said at the end? Yeah, that was one of my favorites. And then also, obviously, one of my favorites was The Mountain King, which
Of course.
I don't know if it's right for the times anymore.
It was never right for the time.
It was
It's not like at the time you did it, people
No.
were like totally cool.
No.
People felt exactly the same then as they do now.
They did. Not much has changed, but I still did it, and I in my heart believe that didn't come from a terrible place. I think it's one of the best things I've ever done.
Yeah, it's more just that it's so
It's one of my
stupid.
favorite things
It's
that
that-
I've ever done.
Yeah, you're not making fun of Asians. You're making fun of...
Don't talk about it.
Okay. But I think, I've said it many times, I think it would fit into your bit about homophobia and acting Japanese. Yeah, it fits perfectly.
Sure. If I did a bit like that, then that would make sense. And if I had done bits like that in the past, then yes, that would make sense.
I mean, are you anticipating that no one who watches the podcast will ever see your stand-up?
Yes, it's closed. Closed room.
Okay.
No phones, everybody.
No phones.
That's what I need. When I have sets, I need you to go in a dress skimpy outfit, go to the tables. No phones, everyone. But like at a place that's already yondered.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Actually makes it much easier to make sure there's no phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey, let's get
Showbiz.
weird with it again.
My ideas just aren't that weird anymore. I'm all point of viewy these days.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's very good and poignant and stuff, but what I miss in you and what I miss in myself is that silliness.
Right. Well, that cat joke did feel good the other night on account of that.
Yeah.
Just saying something that dumb.
Yeah.
Which is like I already have like a joke about fucking a cat, so I guess now I have two.
Dumb is so goddamn fun.
I love dumb.
Dumb is
I will
the
say
purest.
yeah, I agree. If I have to choose between dumb and like cathartic, ooh, I feel better now. If I love both.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I would choose dumb.
Dumb.
I love dumb.
Yeah, dumb is, I think, the most pure form of it. It's completely devoid of ego.
Right.
It's just so dumb.
Yeah.
I sometimes think of like, what am I trying to say with this bit about Denny's? And that's so dumb.
Right. Yeah.
And the talk about Denny's is so dumb, but I don't want to keep interjecting these like, well, what if I balanced it with a... It's like, shut up, Dylan. Be dumb.
Yeah.
I miss dumb.
Yeah, me too. I don't know how to... You can't just like decide to be dumb though, can you?
I think you can write dumb. I mean, like,
Well,
for instance, I think Norm Macdonald, incredibly skilled comedian, incredible writer and thinker, but always mostly dumb,
Yeah.
even though he was probably the smartest comedian I can think of.
Right. Well, that is something I do probably emulate to some degree, because I think most of my smart stuff is dumb. If I can do it dumb, I really try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb is the better way.
Yeah.
I feel like, how would you describe, because you've talked about Derek Poston
Yeah.
being, you two are opposites.
In this respect, yeah. In the respect, he's a smart, dumb guy. I'm a dumb, smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which category would I fall into?
You're a dumb, dumb guy.
You're just plain old dumb. God, that's awesome. I had some bits that I was like, oh, let me feel. And they're so bad. They're just awful. They're just so fucking pseudo intellectual garbage.
Right.
Pseudo fucking empathy.
Okay.
Not like pseudo. This is where I'm at right now. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that in terms of my depression stuff on the way to Mothership today. I was like, I wonder if there's a way after my stuff about depression if I can be like, but who really fucking cares?
Yeah, it's got to include that element. Or it's got to be, it feels like it's got to be more of that element than not.
Yeah, well, the DMX joke is dumb at least.
Yes,
It's a
you
dumb
you
joke.
have some very dumb depression
Yeah.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
I look at it and I think, what a fucking idiot.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is bizarre when comics are trying to be smart. And I'm a culprit, but
Yeah. I don't like it when the comedy comes from one of my top annoyances is when the comedy comes from two places. One, look how clever that was. You know, I hate that. I think, like, if there's an overarching, like, even the slightest bit of nod of I'm clever,
right,
I just totally am like, this, I hate this.
right.
and then also like, and I've been guilty of this, like, this is who I really am. Well, not so much this is who I really am, but this is meant to make you feel. This is meant to make you think. Without any
I feel like
funniness
I'm guilty of that
attached to
sometimes.
it. I do that too, and that's part of my
Yeah.
the shit I don't like. But my main anger is when it's like, I just pulled that off. Hate it.
Yeah.
And there's a million comics, or there's a handful of comics that fit that description where I know a lot of people like these comics, and then I just see their comedy and I go, I hate it. But that's everyone's taste. Everyone has a different taste.
Sure. But
Some
ours is
people
the
have,
right one.
yeah, exactly. Some people have better taste. Just ask Rick Rubin.
Oof. That fuckface.
Dude, Rick Rubin's been pissing me off lately. Stop stealing our sound, man.
Yeah.
Stop stealing our sound. Ray's Burning went to the top. Just let us acclimate to the altitude.
Yeah.
We'll sign your book.
I also don't like comedy where it's, I guess, how'd I put it? Where it frames itself as, oh, I'm saying it.
Oh,
And
he really went there?
and it's always just like shitting on people that aren't going to be in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is so like lame to be like, yo, people don't want you to say this anymore. Insert joke about trans people. Oh yeah, no, we haven't heard that for the last 4 years. Yeah,
Right.
people really don't want to hear, they'll cancel you. It's like, no, you'll make way more money and be more popular.
Right. Yeah.
It's never, oh, they don't want you to say that anymore. And it's never something that genuinely, because I think taking your flaccid penis out is
It's a little edgy.
that is way more edgy than saying a trans joke that we probably heard a variation. And I'm guilty of it too, because I have some trans jokes.
I have trans jokes.
Yeah. But to do the trans joke, but before be like, ugh, they just really don't want me to say this. Swipe up for tickets. It's such a marketing gimmick. The idea of politically correct, being too politically correct, is such a marketing gimmick now.
Right.
It has no...
Yeah.
The people who are bad at I think the people who are good at it, that's awesome, But the people who are bad at it, you can really see.
Yeah.
And you can really see, there's no finesse in it. There is no actual thing that's railing against anything.
Yeah.
I could find a million of that joke.
Right. Yeah. On Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, at worst, you're just limited from certain markets.
Right.
You couldn't play CNN.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
couldn't do comedy on CNN.
Right.
Yeah.
Which no one does anyway.
Right. You ask me, fucking whole thing's comedy.
Jeffrey, is he really about to go there? That's what I'm going to start. That's what I'm gonna, we need like a sound bite. He just said, what? Oh.
I do love playing the fake, edgy
Yeah.
political comic. That's a character I really like doing that I haven't done much of.
Yeah.
I had one where it was me telling a story about like shitting my shorts in the middle of a walk, but I like framed it as like being about politicians.
You know what would be so goddamn funny to do as a bit is go up and say like, they really won't let me say this, and then just start handing audience members tickets, and then like say another joke that's like in the public zeitgeist and say they really don't want me to say it, and then like t-shirt cannon into the crowd. God, that's so goddamn funny.
Yeah. Coupons to a Subway sandwich named after you.
Yeah. The corporations hate this. This is sponsored by.
That's funny, yeah.
Something like that. It's just I don't mind it when people who are great stand-up comedians talk about these subjects.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always a little bit cringe when less experienced or bad comedians preface something with, "Oh, you really can't say this," and then have a bad joke to back it up.
Right, yeah. Yeah. It's because people like being naughty, I guess. People
Yeah,
like
but that's
feel
what
like
I'm saying.
naughty.
It's
Yeah,
not even naughty,
yeah.
anymore. It's
Right.
not even naughty.
Right.
What's really naughty is like has changed completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is another podcast where two comedians analyze comedy.
Finally. Yeah.
They really don't want us to talk about this. God, the Dylan Sullivan show is so controversial. Watch this episode get 500,000 views. Everyone else. You know what? It's hilarious. Is like if you do enough podcasts, either side of the aisle can just clip something you've said and to like make it agree with their point.
Yeah.
Totally out of context.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the side that didn't clip it hates you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. God. Yeah. If I talk to you about, would you consider yourself moderate?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That
People hate that.
dude, people despise that. Dude, I remember one time, you know, a comedian who I like in Austin was like, God, it's all these fucking centrists that are ruining America. It's you fucking centrists, man.
The people who are like, I think both sides. I can see both sides of things.
Yeah.
It's these motherfuckers.
These motherfuckers who can see both sides of a coin. It is fucking weird to be like the person in the center is the enemy. The middle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the middle's fault.
Yo, people like look at you like you're like a coward.
Yeah.
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 For seeing, I don't know how, like, for not thinking I know the solution to Israel and Palestine.
Right. Right.
Because I don't think I have the answer.
Also I haven't read up on it.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about Denny's for the last 3 fucking months.
Yeah, we have
and you
cats
want me to
take
weigh
care
in
of.
on real problems?
Yeah.
No. I don't have that information.
I gotta scoop cat shit.
Yeah. You kidding me? You want me to weigh in? I haven't done my laundry.
Yeah, this is like a huge research project.
Yeah. Oh, sorry I didn't delve into this social commentary of experts on something I wasn't going to be concerned with in the first place. And then people get mad at you if you're not concerned about the thing that they're concerned about.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't handle it all. I can barely manage living with
just having
roommates
your
in
own
an
life.
apartment.
Yeah. Yeah, having your own life is already enough work, I feel like.
Right, you think I'm spending my downtime on Reuters? Fucking fuck.
Yeah.
Because, God, I hate talking politics, but I think what my idea of the center, or being a centrist, is like, there are some things that I agree with on both sides of the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that gay people should be married and trans people should be safe. And I also think people have a right to own guns, and I think people have a right to want to pay less taxes. And at the same time, taxes help groups and roads and things that we all rely on.
Coward.
The main thing, yeah, exactly.
You coward.
I know. Well, the main thing is I just don't understand any of it.
Yeah. My opinions on so many things have changed so much over the years. I'm not really confident enough to say it's one way or the other.
My opinion is I'm dumb and I don't care.
Right.
You know?
You got my vote.
Yeah. Sorry. You wanted me to read tonight? You wanted me to follow the issues? Especially on those, like, complex issues. I'm supposed to, like, day one be read up?
Yeah.
Like, just go into class. Hey, hope you read chapters 4 through 8. I didn't. I watched 5,000 Instagram reels.
Right.
On ASMR slime. And I'm supposed to know what happens in the desert? Let them figure it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't burden myself with how we should be handling military spending.
Right. That's people, you guys worry about that.
Yeah.
I don't have the mental capacity or the intelligence to be like, to weigh in on this and not be dumb as fuck. You don't know this, but you are much better off if I'm not weighing in. Because I will half read shit. I will misquote.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I know something because I heard it from a guy at a bar. You don't want my vote. Don't listen.
Yeah.
Don't have me weigh in.
Oh.
If we're talking Denny's, that's a different situation.
Yeah, I could vote on Denny's.
Yeah.
I could vote on Denny's all day. I could multiple ballots. I could cast
I could make a compelling speech, and I could be outraged at people who aren't as invested in Denny's than I am invested in Denny's. Yo, if world politics was just talk about Denny's, I'd be political as fuck, dude. I'd be mad political. I'd be rolling around in my truck with bumper stickers of pancakes. Not my cakes. You know? I would be doing it all.
Moons over my hammy should come with the French toast bread if you want.
And if you don't want it, you don't have to either. I like Denny's fruit bowls.
Sullivan.
Dylan for Denny's. Dylan for Denny's. And I'd be like, these goddamn centrists who can't decide between Denny's and IHOP are the fucking problem.
My opponent would have you believe that ranch dressing should cost extra.
Yeah. If it were up to him, I bet ranch would be $4.
This is a bit I used to do with Derek.
Really?
Yeah, like a bit of like the politicians who just talk about whether you should charge for ranch.
That's so funny. Yeah. You see it in the streets. I remember ranch used to be free. I remember a time where you could ask for ranch and they'd bring out a soup bowl of it.
Ranch should be just in the price of all the food.
And you know what would be on the receipt? Not ranch.
I say ranch is extra. It should cost extra.
Oh, I bet you would. Out there in Washington.
Do you know what it's like to work?
Oh, don't you... I started off with no ranch. I started off with a nickel and a cup of ranch. And now look, a whole fountain of it.
Well,
I think every American deserves to have their own ranch fountains.
Well, what about the ranch farmers? Are the ranch farmers just to live on government subsidy?
The ranch farmers should be privatized so they can make their own ranch money. It's Big Ranch stepping in and telling you how much ranch they put in a bottle. God, if world politics, economics, and international affairs was all Denny's and ranch,
Yeah.
yo.
Maybe a little Costco.
Oh, yeah, throwing Costco.
Yeah.
Meh, executive business member. I remember being able to open my door wider because of wider parking spaces. You Sam's Clubs faggots. No, I really don't believe that. I don't mean to get too fucking political. Yeah, that's the thing is I'm not invested. And then they say, well, you got to care. It's like, how many things I got to care about?
Right. And
I have the capacity to care about, like, 2 things outside of myself.
Right. Well, it's also just like, not being just a piece of shit in regular life takes work once again.
Yeah. It takes work to have empathy for people that you disagree with.
Yeah, or just to, like, try and, like, be a good person within your own circle.
Yeah.
Is, like, a lot.
It's a lot to take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like the number of people I've seen who like are super political and then their lives are garbage.
And they're angry pieces of shit, mean fucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, my example is always like, I won't name names, but I've known people who like made like a big deal about like how fucked up the world is and like the patriarchy and all this stuff and didn't do their dishes.
Yeah. I remember you used to have a bit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, you got to put a mirror to your own life first.
Yeah, wash the bowl.
You can still want the things.
Wash that bowl.
Yeah, and you can still want those things that you want, but when it turns into judgment of other people who aren't exactly on the same page,
right?
Wash your bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll tell you something. I never wash bowls.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing. You know you don't wash the bowl.
I know I don't wash bowls.
So you're less quick to judge people with different points of view.
Yeah, or I keep that shit to myself.
I don't even wash my bowls, so I know.
Yeah. I keep that shit to myself because, I fucking I'm behind on 8 loads of laundry, at least.
Yeah. But you're cognizant of the fact that we're all garbage.
Yes.
That's
everyone
important.
is garbage.
Yeah.
I've met garbage people with every affiliation.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all garbage, and the best people are the people who are just the best at not acting on their garbageness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The divine.
Like, even, like... I think even, like, that was kind of the subtext of Jesus is he was human. In other words, he was garbage. But he just didn't act on his garbage ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty chill. Seems like.
Well, no, he turned over the tables. And
what's that?
The taste this is a good example of me being dumb. There was like, I think it was like the Pharisees or the Sadducees, something in the temple where he made a big mess with the tables or something. He like turned over their tables because they were acting naughty.
They were acting naughty, so he made a mess.
Yeah.
And he's like, clean that shit up.
Yeah, like,
but more Jesus-y.
Yeah, and he like smeared applesauce on the floor.
Really? Yeah, that seems pretty petty. You guys suck. You guys need to treat each other better. Throw a can of applesauce.
But he was human.
Yeah. Wow.
I think I've talked to you about this before, but I think there should be I would like to see a story in the Bible where Jesus shits.
Yeah.
I think that would really show that
Really
he was
humanize
human,
him.
but still Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would Jesus shitting be like? Well, first off, he wouldn't even need the wipe. But maybe if he did, it'd be
But he
funnier.
was human like us. That's the
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if people wiped back then.
I just had shit butt.
I don't know. I really don't know when we started.
Well, that would make sense because, yeah.
Well, there wasn't toilet paper, but maybe
wasn't-
there was like a bowl.
They splash water on your ass?
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
So I was just picturing splashing water on your ass and then like farting a little bit, like kind of like washing your face, but like with your ass.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. That is pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm not even picturing like I'm picturing like very airy farts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the pff. No, like the pff. You know those farts where it's like pff, where it's like you're trying to whistle.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Man. Good old JC.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What's he up to?
I don't know. Man. I think it seems like people are getting a little more religious these days. Or there's more people that are religious.
Yeah.
I think so. I think younger people... I may have read this as a statistic, and it could be totally false. But I heard something about like Gen Z being more religious than millennials, at least.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, I've made my points. There's definitely something you get from it that you can't really get without it. Yeah.
I don't know. I think, yeah. For me personally, I think I view those as like, okay, there's stories that have happened over time, and those themes or lessons, like things like the golden rule and things are good for humanity. I don't think it's all good, but I think there is some good stuff in it. And then when it comes to organized religion, I think that's where it got a little funky.
Well, yeah.
In my opinion.
People screw up.
Yeah.
Which is the first story of the whole thing. No, my point is, and I'm not the first one to make it, but there's a incredible usefulness to having a sense of purpose and meaning in something greater than yourself.
Yeah. That's why they have alcoholics. One of the things is they've got to believe in a higher power.
Right.
Whether that means God or like the spiritual God or, whatever.
Right.
But something that's bigger than them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that's very important too.
Yeah, if you just function for yourself, then really there isn't anything to motivate you in any positive direction beyond just like what you want in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. God, maybe that's what I got to do with Denny's.
Go on.
I've been thinking so much of how Denny's pertains to me, and not more about what Denny's could do for me, but what I could do for Denny's.
Ask not what Denny's can do for you, but what you can do for Denny's.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What could I do for Denny's? I was watching another podcast with the CEO of Denny's. She was saying that potatoes continue to be a commodity, and this was coming from Yahoo Finance.
Potatoes continue to be a commodity?
Yeah. Potatoes are a constant seller.
Oh, of course.
Where they have problems now these days is she was discussing Baconalia.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Where you can get, should we explain to the
yeah,
possible
Baconalia was a insert to the Denny's menu, and they've just stopped.
Oh, Baconalia ended?
I think so.
That's
I
good
think
bacon.
Now it's all fall. Now pumpkin's in. And Baconalia's.
That deluxe bacon was good bacon.
Yeah, it was very good bacon. It was like Hormel, like legitimate bacon,
Yeah.
thick bacon. And now it's all fall. Upgrade to pumpkin pancakes for 99 cents. Upgrade your pancakes to pumpkin nut cinnamon glaze for $2.99. These sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving away from bacon to pumpkin. But what Kelly was saying, the CEO of Denny's, was that Baconalia, she saw a big uprise in people ordering from that insert. Bacon was taking a dip, pork was taking a dip, but throughout all this, potatoes continue to stay a commodity.
Oh, of course. Well, potatoes are the number one plate filler.
Yeah. Talk about
at
Jesus.
every restaurant.
It's one of the oldest dishes alive, potato salt.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying French fries, hash browns.
Yeah.
These are the ways we fill our plates.
You expect a potato in most meals.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a combination or something, you expect some sort of potato.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that be mashed potatoes, French fries, breakfast potatoes, especially if we're talking about
Hash
breakfast and
browns,
diners.
breakfast potatoes. Yeah. I was just thinking about
Skillets.
those. Red potatoes. You know what I'm
Red
talking about?
potato,
Yeah.
I hate those, but yeah.
Okay.
Unless they're done really well. Twice baked potatoes. Those are some of my favorite sorts of potato. And now you're seeing, as we're moving into the future, different ways to prepare potato. You've got the potato where you cut it on a skewer in two opposite directions and then pull it apart on the skewer, and it makes sort of a grated potato.
I haven't had that.
Yeah, we've got the au gratin potato, but then you've also got like potato shaved thin, hundreds of small little potatoes, and between the potato a layer of fat, of like duck fat.
Ooh.
Yeah, you layer a bunch of potatoes, pack them down, thin potato, layer of fat, whether it be butter, duck fat, marrow, etc., and you keep layering them, and packing them down until it becomes a potato cube. And then you fry that potato. You put it in the fridge. It sets, and then you cut that, and then you lightly bread it, and then you fry that, and it's like a multi-layered potato cube with layers of fat between. So you're seeing a lot of innovation in the potato market, especially moving on to the future. So that'll be interesting how Denny's continues to use potatoes as a commodity moving forward.
Yeah. Wow. Potato chips even.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about a sandwich.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be sometimes better with some chips?
Yeah, some potato chips.
Yeah, some potato chips. Lay's, not Lay's,
Oh.
Kettle.
What do you like more, Lay's or not Lay's?
Lay's is the best chip for like a Wonder Bread basic sandwich.
Yeah.
And then if we're getting into fancier sandwiches, yes, I like the kettle cooked. Yes, I like jalapeno on the kettle chips.
No feelings about Ruffles?
I like Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Ruffles, no, it's not my favorite. Unless paired with a sour cream dip.
Yeah. Sour cream and onion
Dip.
Ruffles is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're talking about Pringles all of a sudden.
I thought of Pringles also, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pringles are the rock and roll potato chip.
Yeah, they're on the
Yeah.
go. You're having fun with your friends in black Levi jeans.
Yeah, they're the party chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on the go. Oh, the rock band just pulled up to the venue. Get those.
No time for bagged potato chips.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need ours in a tennis ball.
We're having a little more
holder.
fun. We're outside at the skate park making duck lips out of Pringles.
Yeah. And the old people with their Lays and their Ruffles are
Yeah.
like, oh, you.
Yeah. Don't have that much fun with potato chips.
That's for
Don't have that much fun with potatoes.
the society's going to the shitholes.
Yeah. But you don't care because you're young and rebellious.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're not your mama's potato chip.
No.
This ain't your grandpa's potato. Potatoes continue to be a commodity.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They do continue to be a commodity.
Yeah.
What do you feel you could do for Denny's?
Well, I thought about this, and I was talking about this with Asana and Mod. Is I think Kelly is doing a great job.
Okay.
The CEO of Denny's.
Does she have a last name, or she just go by Kelly?
She has a last name.
But she just goes by. I think it is.
In my mind, she's Kelly.
Kelly, yeah.
Yeah.
My name's Kelly. I'm the CEO of Denny's.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because I think she is so over ego. Like,
Yeah.
if you're the CEO of Denny's, I'd say that's one of the least ego CEOs.
Yeah.
She started off as a 16-year-old waitress and worked her
told me
way to
about
the
this.
top. She spent time at Chili's. She spent time at Red Lobster. That was kind of like her years where she fumbled a
Wow.
bit, but she
Red
got
Lobster.
stronger coming into Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Denny's had a big spike, and then, the pandemic really hurt them, so now they're trying to recover. So I think if I were to help Denny's, I would say we got to put Denny's back on the map as the premier way to have fun with your friends again. Make it a night again. Make it a Denny's night.
Mm.
But more than that, there are things I want selfishly from Denny's.
Okay.
Those include, I really want to get Kelly on an episode of the podcast. That's my dream,
Mm-hmm.
is to get Kelly on an episode of the podcast. But non-selfishly, I think it all boils down to the people that work at Denny's
I
and
agree.
the
That's
people
what I was
who
thinking.
enjoy Denny's out.
Yeah.
So how do you make the customer and employee experience better while not being at all financially connected to them like we are?
Mm.
How do you, as an outside force, improve the lives of Denny's or put Denny's back on the map? It's a lesson in how to think outside myself.
I've got it.
Okay. Laser tag. Yes. Laser tag. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I know.
You get a Denny's, you contract a laser quest, a laser tag.
Yeah.
Company.
You get the guns and the targets
Yeah.
that you wear.
You make a
Cut the
Denny.
lights.
You cut the lights.
Turn on the laser lights.
Turn on the fun. Oh my God. How fun would it be to have laser tag at Denny's? I mean, what a riot.
It'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, Halloween's coming up too. You could also think about like
Ooh,
Denny's haunted
costume
house.
Laser tag.
Yes, costume laser
Or
tag
spend
haunted
laser
house.
Tag. Laser tag as Ghostface from Scream.
Whoa! Pancake's never been this scary. Oh wow!
Yeah.
There's so much to think about. There really
Yeah.
is. What can we do for Denny's? I've been thinking so goddamn selfishly.
Next time you're gonna do something that's just for you, think about how will this affect Denny's?
How will this affect Denny's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
How do you think going about helping Denny's? What does
would
that
Denny's
look
do?
like?
Um,
I guess we have to find out where Denny's needs help.
I think the morale of the staff has always been an issue at most Denny's I've been to.
Kelly, in her defense, and I'm not even saying it comes down to Kelly, but
Mhm.
Kelly has implemented a lot of mental health programs and education opportunities to get employees their GEDs and I think some college credits. They have a management program where you can take classes, I think, free or cheap, and it expedites you to a manager of Denny's.
Well, I think benefits are great.
Yeah.
And I think upward mobility is a nice thing. But why is it so rare for an employer to just think that sometimes people want to have fun and do what they want to do? Does that make sense?
How do you mean?
So like, I work security, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, if it's slow, I write or I play music on the OP1.
Correct.
But I know that if some of my bosses were to see that, they'd be like, hey, stop that. Right?
Yeah.
But it's like, my job is being done. Fuck off.
Yeah.
So just give me space to do what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah,
As
if
long
I'm
as
still doing my
what
job.
you paid me to do.
Yeah. You don't pay me to not look at my phone when it's
Right.
acceptable to.
Right, exactly. So it's like, I guess my thought would be like, treat people a little bit more like they're human and maybe don't constantly be looking at people in terms of like, well, I pay you, so therefore I own you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I own you during these hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough.
Because that's just
We're really getting into some deep stuff.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think laser tag is really the number one.
Laser tag.
Who doesn't like laser tag?
I can't think of nobody.
No, I mean maybe like soldiers in the future with laser PTSD.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we can just change it back to regular bullets.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll just do bullet tag.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a good place to start. I think you've given me a lot to think about. And I think a lot for us to think about moving forward, trying to think of Denny's less selfishly.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever that means. Yeah.
Yeah. What can we do for a chain diner restaurant?
I think we should start bringing our own eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, be like,
Cook
hey,
these.
don't worry about your eggs. I brought my own, and hand them
Yeah.
a handful of eggs.
Well, I really
Kind of
do.
like
If I ever got a bunch of money,
Yeah.
I would love to absolutely change some people's lives who work at Denny's.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd track down Dante.
Yeah.
I would make sure that was chill. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's one of the people that started it all.
Yeah.
I would help the lives of people at Denny's. Because people who work at Denny's, they deserve a break.
Yeah.
I think that's a very humble, earnest life.
Yeah. And not easy.
Not easy,
No.
but heroic.
Yeah.
Did you know, I don't know if you're there for this, but at the Denny's, at the end of the night, around 4 or 5 o'clock at night, at the one
Was
we
there for
go
this?
to,
Yeah.
they give food to the homeless.
Yeah, the leftover food goes to the homeless.
Yeah.
Which,
Who does that? McDonald's doesn't do that.
yeah, in fact, that's something that maybe should be kept somewhat secret. I'm not sure how legal that is. Which is crazy, but yeah.
Fuck. Dylan, bleep this out. I mean, do you think?
Well, let's just not disclose which Denny's it is.
Yeah. We've heard that the Denny's in the Pacific Ocean has been giving homeless people food. Isn't that weird that we'd have to not disclose a good deed?
Yeah.
No good deed goes unpunished at Denny's.
Yeah.
What do you say, Jeffrey? Is this another episode?
In the books?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have other things I could talk about, but I think this is a good wrap up. I think we've covered some good ground here.
I think so too. So let's
And I'm a little sleepy.
outro this.
Okay. Let's sing our outro song.
Thanks for watching the Dylan Sullivan Show. We haven't come up with our podcast name yet. However, we're considering some things that were written in the last episode, such as macaroni ding dong, which Shillin likes more, and chicken soup for the mind, which Jeffrey likes more. So you leave a comment on which podcast name you prefer. Now, also subscribe to us. Jeffrey, thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for having me. How did we start?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah.
What is juice?
It's like juice concentrate. You know, okay, well, yeah, how about this? You know what this reminds me of? You know what this conversation about Denny's reminds me of?
What?
What's in apple juice? That was so fucking smart. Hello, podcast Oscars. Welcome to the Oscars.
It's a Dylan Sullivan show. Hello, Dylan Sullivan. I'm Dylan Sullivan show. The Sullivan. That Dylan Sullivan show. That Dylan Sullivan. Sullivan. Dylan Sullivan the show. That Dylan Sullivan show. The Dylan Sullivan show.